by the timestamp it. February 2nd, 2026, approximately 10:03 a.m. on that eastern side. We done flipped them polls, so it might be western. But then again, y'all know I don't know. But I know one thing. On that birth certificate or the certificate of live birth, they named me D'Amica and they put it in all caps, so they were standing on business. So I'm finna stand on business. I'm D'Amica. It's time for hashtag Lost Souls Tarot Cards, our portals to truth. And let's open up some portals here, all right? Let's get into it. All right, so if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. Thank you to all that has subscribed, unsubscribed, liked, disliked, commented, didn't comment, hated, whatever's going on, and you're being your authentic self. Thank you for being exactly who you are, right? The energies around me, divine and spirit, greatly appreciate exactly who you are. Don't change who you are. Okay, so if you can tell by the thumbnail and by the title, we're working with eureka moments have heightened here, like aha, the eureka moments. Okay, so I already know how I do. I was shuffling the cards, community helpers here, and when I shuffled one, the gamma brainwave came out. So gamma brainwave is talking about eureka moments that are heightened. It is heightening your perception during intense focus, meeting ground of universal compassion here. Particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously, rapid frequencies, enlightened altruism here, okay? Then the process is going to require you to be clear and concise and gather all the information and signatures, okay? So something's going on where you're having an aha moment here. Requires some signatures, something around some signatures here. Okay, it's time to think outside the box. Divine and Spirit is saying. Okay, so that is the topics that we're working with today. So thank you for coming in. As you already know, we're going to open up 13 portals. Once we open up the 13 community helper portals, then we're going to pull on tarot. We're going to pull on the oracle deck. Depending on who coming out in the community, we might pull on the family deck, okay? Depending on who's coming out. Okay, so thank you so much for coming and joining in. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, or don't. Okay, it's up to you. But let's go ahead and get into this read. Thank you to the mysterious, mystical, unknown cosmic beings that always surround us, surround me, protect us. Give us clear and concise messages in regards to the community helpers that we should be looking out for. Thank you so much. We thank you for all the energies that are going to come through with their truths. Ashe. All right, so we're going to move on with community helpers based around the title that you see here. It's time to think outside the box, okay? The process requires you to be clear and concise. Gather all information and signatures here. The Schumann resonance has come out. The Schumann resonance has come out here, okay? So that's a set of electromagnetic frequencies generated in the cavity between the Earth's surface and ionosphere here, okay? So we got lightning strikes. It's time to align or implement changes in human consciousness here. The heartbeat of Mother Earth is here, right? So you're having a eureka moment here. And the Schumann resonance is coming out saying, hey, it's time to align or implement the changes in human consciousness here, okay? So then turkey comes out, right? The turkey is representing abundance, forms of nourished life. Harvest the fruits of your hard work and labor here, okay? So the turkey is saying, I force you to connect to the spirit of the land. Love where this read going. All right, like I said, gather all the information and signatures. You got a Virginia Attorney General coming out or an Attorney General. You understand? But we got some type of government officials. Got the senator coming out here. The senator is coming out as portal number 4. You got a laundry facility in Williamsburg. It could represent a laundry facility, something in Williamsburg, and more. Okay, so with the senator, that is a member of a senate here, a powerful, deliberately body composed of older members with the Roman Senate ancient here, okay? They serve in the U.S. Senate upper house of Congress. They're responsible for proposing legislation, each state represented by 2 senators elected for 6 years, all right? So they can impeach cases. They approve presidential appointments and treaties here. So this is big here. It's time to think outside the box. Whatever's going on, it's time to gather all information and signatures. Okay, again, I call energy. I don't give a damn what your energy is, and I don't give a damn where we're going with this. We finna see what's going on. Thank you for being here. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you want us to know? Who else is in the community here? So I'm pulling out a Baptist and Aztec Mayan or Mayan, Aztec Mayan. So the Baptist, this is European baptism, total immersion here, American Civil War, 400-year history, Lord's Supper, burning in hell, demonic, doctrine of souls, completion, Church of England. And then you got the Aztec or the Mayan here, okay? Central Mexico. The following years could be relevant or the numbers. 1300 through 1521. You got the Aztec Empire, 13th century Spanish Empire. You got plants, agents, not Latin American here, okay? Triple Alliance. So that's falling under I force you to connect to the spirit of the land, right? Maybe those that say they are connected to the spirit of the land truly is not. I got Japanese and Asian coming out as well, okay? So it's time to think outside the box here. This could be all kinds of energies that are pulling in now. We talking about globally. We talking about universally here, okay? So you got with the Asians or Japanese, you got Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Indian, okay? With the Japanese, I'm pulling on 7 lucky gods here, okay? All right, the god of luck and fortune, the god of good luck and wealth, the god of destructive fire, the god of rising sun, the god of sea and storm, the god of war and fortune, the deity of fertility and foxes, the god of moon here. I choose not to name them. They have been named several times under different cultures and beliefs. That's why they say the god of. They took away from. So if it's saying the goddess of rising sun, they took away from the rising sun's power and renamed it. I choose not to name them, but I'm letting you know what is pulling out here in this energy. What's happening here? You got destructive fire. You got luck. You got fortune. You got wealth, right? You got fertility. You got sea storms, and you got the rising sun. Pay attention, beloveds. You got a cat that came out around. The fire around, I identify as a Leo, Aurora. A July one too, Aurora. Okay, so we got cat here. The cat is representing be independent, but allow assistance that flows to you here, okay? Focus on the light and the dark, the inner and the outer. You can see in the dark, okay? Black magic is near, okay? It's time to think outside the box. Armor yourself up here, okay? The cat is saying, I'll guide you through the dark and mysterious known as the unknown. We'll use patience, courage, curiosity, and at the right moment, we act. This is portal number 8 here, and this is all coming from the community helpers. We're now, not now, but once we get the 13 portals open, then we're going to go ahead and broaden the message here, okay? With the Oracle deck and with this Tarot deck here. Remember, this process requires you to be clear and concise. It's time to gather all the information in the signatures, whatever's going on here, okay? The particle can exist between multiple states simultaneously. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. I saw that. Thank you. We got rapid frequencies here. You're having an aha moment. Something's having an aha moment here. All right, so the first 2 that came out was 7 souls. Part of the 7 souls, purple undine here, okay? Perseverance is here. You need to escape the green soul trap several times. Take notes and achieve the end of the ball, okay? Much love to y'all for commenting. I read all comments at the end of the transmission. Return to sender ASAP. This is falling under Baptist and Aztec Mayan. Return to sender ASAP here. You got the U.S. Supreme Court that came out. I told you this is heavy here because you already had a Virginia Attorney General or an Attorney General, depending on where you're at. You already had Senator that came out, right? And now the U.S. Supreme Court is here. This is the highest court in the world or in the land. It consists of a Chief Justice and 8 associate judges here, okay? We got 2 more portals that we're going to open up. Then I'm going to show you what I got so far. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. And if you didn't do so, thank you, right? Thank you for coming in and out with your energy, right? But your energy remains here because we figure out truth here. We don't do that bullshit over here. Nah. Okay. So I'm rearranging the portal so that way by the time I show you guys what's going on and how you can also connect the dots for yourself, it'll be a lot easier with the camera view that I have. All right, so we need 2 more portals here. We're at portal number 11. We're going to open up 2 more portals, and then we're going to broaden the message here. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for allowing us to reveal these truths and accept these truths for what they are. We got an archon that came out, Elias, an archon, the demiurge here, okay? Represents the 5th and 6th heavens. Mercury, jealousy, Elohim, forethought is here. Falling under senator, falling under cat. This senator may have been sacrificing to this archon here. The senator may be this archon here, okay? You got a whole bunch of witches and warlocks and cartels that's running this world here. All right, so we're going to get 1 more portal opened up here. I see 72 hours. You've been warned. 72 hours. What's up, Mosby? What's up, Mosby? What's up, baby? You've been warned. 72 hours, baby. I love that. Now, if you're going to comment things like that, you know, but if you see these flying monkeys coming up in these comments, don't you give them a drop of your goddamn energy. Don't you do it. That's all they want. They thriving. They thirsty as hell. Like I was, like I am. Talking about thirsty in real life. Power hunger is here in the 13 deadly sins. If y'all can see that, okay? So we got power hunger and the 13 deadly sins. We just opened up 13 deadly ass portals, okay? 13. Comment below what you believe that number represents. All right, so let me show you what we got so far. What up, y'all? All right, so far we got gamma brainwave. This was talking about that aha moment that you're having, right? Divine Spirit is reminding you, process requires you to be clear and concise and gather all your information and signatures, all right? It's time to think outside the box. Now, as you can see, the Schumann resonance came out off the break, causing lightning strikes, telling you to align and implement the changes in your human consciousness at this time. This is the heartbeat of Mother Earth here, okay? In the middle of all this shit, you got religion, which is your Baptist. You got Aztec and Mayans, which is what you would call Native Americans and shit like that, I believe, or I don't know. And then you got the Japanese, and then you got Asian in the middle of all this. Surrounding all this, you got protection. Return to sender ASAP. You got the Supreme Court. You got a cat. You got the senator. You got the Virginia Attorney General. Something's going on, right? That's going to force the truth and revolved around, in the end, power hunger here. Revolved around, in the end, the 13 deadly sins. All right? So now, we're going to broaden this motherfucking message up and see what the fuck going on. So we're going to go ahead and pull on this Virginia Attorney General here. We're going to pull some tarot out on the Virginia Attorney General. And what we'll do is we'll pull tarot out for each individual architect, not each 13 portals, but for example, Virginia Attorney General, the Senator, okay? We'll also pull on the U.S. Supreme Court is out here. Let me see. And we'll just go along as we go, but that's what I mean. And then when we do the Oracle deck, we're going to go by column. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. There's 4 columns here, 4 tiers here, okay? All right, beloveds. So let's get into this with some tarot. Again, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all for watching. I started off talking to my damn self as I always do, or people think I'm talking to myself, but I be talking to the mysterious, cosmic, mystical, unknown beings that motherfuckers can't see. But I can see them bitches, I can feel them bitches, I can hear them bitches, I can smell them bitches. I'm trying to tell you. I embrace each and every one of them motherfuckers. With the soul in me, I embrace them. I ain't no good or bad. The fuck? Life is what you make it. Remember, these energies were conjured up for whatever reason they were conjured up for. It's best not to take it personal and surrender whatever you don't understand. Understand or overstand. All right, beloved, so let's get into it. We got the Virginia Attorney General, Divine and Spirit, that we want to pull on here. Give us some more concise information regarding around this Virginia Attorney General, this Attorney General. What's going on, okay? We're having an aha moment here, okay? Right? We know that we should the process requires us to be clear and concise and gather all information. So we need that information in order to think outside the box here. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe. Give me a second here. I got to open it up. All right, let's see what we got for some tarot for this Virginia Attorney General here. Right? They're following legal laws. We follow universal laws. We got the Seven of Pentacles coming out reverse. Pentacles is already letting you know this is about finance, earthly order. This is about fucking money, health. Okay, so unfinished work. There's procrastination, low effort, waste here, lack of growth, setbacks, impatience, lack of rewards. There's no results in love and work affairs here or efforts. There's little financial compensation. This is a stagnant career. Your energy is scattered, but you are aware when to stop investing your time, money, and energy here. All right, so that's the first one that we pulled on for tarot for the Virginia Attorney General here. Let's get some more. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. It's time to think outside the box, whatever is going on. Maybe there's an attorney general that's in this energy here that needs some information here. This is rapid frequencies here. You're having that aha moment, but you need some more information here. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. You need more enlightenment here. We'll take all that. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. All right, we got a King of Swords reverse here. So this is here talking about the swords, the mind, the intellect here, right? Pentacles, your earth signs, swords, air signs here, okay? Harsh, emotional weaknesses here. You're struggling with fear that drives controlling behavior, misuse of power, corrupt authority figures, lack structure and discipline, struggling to maintain order in life, a sense of chaos is here. The Three of Wands is coming out next, followed by the Three of Cups reversed. The Three of Wands, your wands is your fire signs here, creativity, drive, passion. So they had drive, they had passion and overseas opportunities here. They had foresight, expansion here. They was exploring new territories here. This was an initial success of ventures here, looking ahead to the future. Something's trying to jam up my throat here, as always. I already had a kind of speech impediment, but these motherfuckers coming in. You got the Three of Cups reversed here. That's saying that this is your water signs, emotions, emotional availability here. So this Virginia Attorney General, or this Attorney General here, had no time to socialize or go out with friends and family. They was too busy with work, school, causing them to lose touch with everything. They didn't put in effort to make sure their friendships were connected there. It was a chaotic office, chaotic life, chaotic whole socialism here. Gossip and scandal is present, hidden envy. There's a third party hindering relationship here. Revolved around this Virginia Attorney General or an Attorney General here. Ace of Pentacles reversed here. Again, you're having this aha. Something's triggering you to have this moment here. So you have to take this information and process it because it's required of you. And it's required of you to be clear and concise, gather all information. Well, you wanted the information, here it is. Ace of Pentacles here, reversed. Poor decisions in finance, lost changes for material growth, missed opportunity, financial setback, scared mindset here. Queen of Wands is here. Queen of Wands is up against this Queen of Pentacles reversed energy here. So Queen of Wands is saying they had extreme focus and fiery passion about whatever the fuck was going on. They was courageous and individualistic. They appeared self-centered. They were willing to be by your side, his side, them, they side, everybody's side, with a positive and uplifting energy force that they stole. Okay, they were inspiring to others. They were planning to finish a great amount of achievement in small timing, and they were confident in love. But what kind of love was they fucking giving? The love that they shared for their union here. See, the federal and the government and all them type of agencies, they are agents, okay, for whatever they got going on outside of what we got going on here. You dig? So you got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. That's disconnected. This is the energy they were really in. Disconnected. Because remember, the first one that came out was the King of Swords reversed. The mind was already fucked up. The mind was already at battle. The mind, this was already a fucked up energy. So now it's on the finances here. The Queen of Pentacles is coming out reversed. Disconnected with energy, becoming completely absorbed with self. Selfish and envious of others' success. Lost ability to take care of themselves and their surroundings. The manifestations of materialism caused a negative effect here. They were shallow, bad business partners, lovers, investors. Misplaced priorities are here, right? Greedy, lacking sense of duty and capability. God damn. And I don't feel bad. I do not. You have to remember, these job jokers been sacrificing to archons. They are the archons. This is falling under Senator here. Remember, the cat told you, I'll guide you through the dark and mysterious known as the unknown. We'll use patience, courage, curiosity, and at the right time we act, right? Represent the fifth and sixth heavens, right? Mercury, jealousy, Elohim, forethought here. Eight of Swords reverses here around this Attorney General, okay? Rejecting mental victimism here, victimism. Freedom, self-acceptance, new perspective. They're trying to break free from the mental restrictions here. They're seeing that they have options here, okay? Or they're seeing that you have options, collective, right? They know. The fuck, we're not stuck to this Two of Pentacles energy. Here come the Two of Pentacles. At the moment, things are tight. There's a warning of balance, but they're not adhering to the fucking warnings here. Two major factors you're deeply concerned with. Step back and have a better perspective of the situation. Multitask will worsen the situation. You adapt well with changes that ask you to continuously rebalance, right? Prioritizing your bills, cut down on tasks, and concentrate on two troubling factors that you created here, right? Job well done keeping things stable, but look, you ain't balancing your love, work, or family here. Eight of Swords is reversed, and then the Six of Wands. So this is saying that there could have been good signs of maturity, self-acceptance, recognition of your own power and responsibility after a long struggle of doubt. But you weren't even in or representing your own power. You stole someone else's power, sacrificed it to this motherfucking Archon here. The Archon telling on you. The Archon like, let's get to the bottom of this shit. The fuck? You're capable of making conscious decisions because you were confident in the decisions you made there. You thought you could free yourself up from the past when you was fucking sacrificing to this motherfucker. And Chronos ain't doing no better for you. You bitches thought you could fuck with time. Created all these stank ass calendars. Gregorian, Julian, Roman, Ethiopian, Egyptian. What the fuck? The fuck? That's why I don't know what day it is. But you got a new job to reach your potential. You received a new job to reach your potential there. And then after Virginia Attorney General came the Senator. I don't know which one come first, which one come last, bitch. But you took that motherfucking bait. Shout out to Chronos. And then the Six of Wands came, right? You had public recognition, victory, and success with your stank ass. That how they always do. We go. They want us to cast a vote, right? They managed to properly succeed in achieving these fucking goals here. It's time to think outside the box. You having an aha moment, bitch. How it was, and the motherfucker, what's the name of that movie there? The Golden Child. What's it called? Coming to America. When the bubble was like, aha. Nigga, you having that moment? Yeah. Because they managed to properly succeed in this shit. They harnessed the strengths and the talents. They properly got out of confused state of minds by putting you in a confused state of mind. They were successful. They had career advancement, financial stability, and rewards. We're at 2431 on the timer. Mix those numbers around. Yeah, it is funny. It's funny now. Now it's entertainment purposes now. They know what type of time we on now. We are timeless. Bitch, we control their time. Oh, yeah, it's funny now. Okay, so that was for the Virginia Attorney General. We're going to go ahead and move on to the Senator here. All right. The senator is responsible for proposing legislation here, right? Approves presidential appointments and treaties. And this is all revolved around you having a heightened perception here of what the fuck reality is and what's really going on, right? It's time to think outside the box. Welcome to the channel. You've been summoned. All right, so they can impeach cases. They serve in the U.S. Senate, the upper house of Congress. Each state is represented by 2 senators elected for 6-year terms. Okay? All right, so let's pull on that. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We having a good old time finding out truths here. All right, wait a I was like, where my tarot card? Niggas that came and took it in my face like that, bitch. All right, thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We got the senator that we're going to pull on here. It's time to think outside the box, y'all. Ashe. All right, let's see what's going on with the senator here. What is going on? All right, the hermit. The hermit, and we got a lot here, okay? And we're going to take all of it. We got the hermit that came in the reverse here. I usually don't read it reverse, but it flipped absolutely upside down. But the hermit, right? The hermit is saying you have to be in spiritual isolation. This is solitude. This is for inner guidance. You have to turn inward for answers here, okay? Use personal power and wisdom as a guide, but they didn't do that. They did the complete opposite here, right? They used your personal power and your personal wisdom as a god, right? As a guide, as a god. Gamma, Omicron, and motherfucking Delta. The generator, operator, and the motherfucking destroyer. They know exactly who you are, beloved. And so do you. Welcome to the frequency. It's time to think outside the box. They know exactly who you are. Welcome. Okay? So they didn't turn inward. They went outward for answers. Okay? They went inward in your mind and your soul. Motherfuckers, these motherfuckers got motherfucking all types of deep underground military bunker systems doing all kinds of mind control and shit on us. Okay? And I say us strongly. All right, so then after the hermit, you have the 4 swords that came out. Okay, so the 4 swords, the mind, the intellect here. It's time to step back from stress to gain a perspective here. Process requires you to be clear and concise and gather all the information and the signatures here. All right? So remember, you got the U.S. Supreme Court that came out here as well. Something is very heavy here, and they know it, right? This shit is going to be worldwide news, okay? It's fucking with their global reset type shit, okay? It's time to rest, recover, contemplate. Take time to recover, okay? This is a mental respite. The 8 of Pentacles comes in reverse because if you don't, it's going to leave you sloppy, okay? Poor workmanship, like the senator. Lack of focus. You're going to be taking shortcuts, like the senator. It's going to be meaningless work here. Good morning. Good morning, beloveds. Grand rising, beloveds. How y'all doing? Lack of commitment to work and skill building here. Right? Take a step back and rest. They didn't do that, though. They were relentless. 4 Pentacles reverse coming out. Right? All this over money. All this over your health, your money, your mind here. I mean, not the mind. Swords is the mind, but also I said your mind. So this is a scarcity mindset here, greed here, right? Excessive possession of material things here. They're attached to the illusions. Don't share. They don't share. They're greedy as fuck. Page of Wands is here. They attack your youth, your creative youth, in order to get this destiny swap, beloved. Make sure you like, comment, share, or don't. It just helps the algorithm. I'm summoning a lot of frequencies here. This is embracing inner child. They knew that you could do that. Embrace your inner child, right? You had the passion to succeed. You had ideas that can remain abstract. You saw the bigger picture here. Aha. Okay. You saw the bigger vision here. Okay. You still do. You are the bigger vision. You are the bigger picture here, beloved. You dig what I'm saying? Remove fear and gather resources. Remove the fear and gather the resources to do something. There's a trigger of courage here. You have to have the tendency to remain dormant and get easily distracted. All right, the 2 of Cups. They built a partnership, or you're going to build a partnership, right? They built a partnership, and it was built on the union of forces here, right? You are the life force energy. You are, beloved, right? Your energy. This ain't about money, gold. It is, but it ain't oil, all that other shit. This is energy, beloved. the mind, the energy within you. You dig what I'm saying? So they knew that you had strong connections with balance. You were trustworthy partners. You it's like two coming together. They knew that. It would have created balanced finances, but for who? Right? They created the checks and balances for what? For their systems here, okay? No stress. It was equal support on your side. They knew this, right? They wanted you to be starting a new relationship at work, working for them, working as a team for them. Eight of Cups coming out reversed, right? Now you're returning to an unhealthy relationship and you refuse to move on when it's needed. You're staying stagnant. You're resisting and hesitating to leave here. There's a fear of change. Death is here. Change is going to be forced upon you. Death is here, right? It varies across cultures and beliefs. This is just separation, right? Endings and transformations here. The doorway to liberation, bloodlines are disseminated or decimated here, okay? An end of cycles. It does not grant eternal life here. Does not reincarnate in transformation and continuation. The Ace of Wands is reversed, right? That's talking about missed opportunities, delays, lack of direction. Creative blocks are here. They have the inability to start a project, right? Despite having ideas. This is missed opportunities. The Two of Pentacles is here saying that the Two of Pentacles is reversed here. They can't manage priorities. It's imbalanced. They're disorganized, overwhelmed. They've dropped the ball. They've stretched too thin here. The Eight of Wands is saying things are picking up in your life. You are picking up the pace here. This is causing speed, action, movement. It's causing their world to be reversed. This is rapid progress here, right? I have summoned you. You have summoned me. This is accelerated movement of events here. Swift action, right? They're drawing near the end of a journey or an era. This is strange emptiness that fills them when they look backwards. They took life for granted. It's missing something in love life. False expectations of success is here, right? Do they even feel connected? Fuck no. They in the Page of Pentacles reverse energy. They lack in focus, becoming distracted with lots of things. They focus in their mind before moving on to the next stage. It's time to give themselves a break to refresh, but they can't. They're overwhelmed due to heavy demands in the workplace. Stay away from dangerous activities, but they can't because they created the dangerous activities. And then Temperance is closing this shit out for the senator here, right? Temperance is saying you've remained calm through the chaos and anxiety. You've mastered the art of letting go, all right? You are the symbolization of moderation and balance, and you've embraced that. Give yourself a fucking good job, yo. This was a heavy battle here, right? Past, present, future is now. There is no was, there is no going to be. It's all now, right? So you used you knew that extremity was to be avoided here. You had a clear vision and you knew what you wanted, right? You know what you want. You're able to adapt and work in harmony with others. You found inner peace with what you are doing. Great job, collective. What a great story. Revolved around this funky ass senator. Woo, we're at 3350 on the timer there. Okay, so we also got U.S. Supreme Court. I know why this archon is out here now. Okay, so we're going to pull on this U.S. Supreme Court and figure out what the fuck going on in the tarot community revolved around the U.S. Supreme Court. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. All right, it consists of a Chief Justice and 8 associate judges. All right, this is the highest court in the land. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe. All right, y'all. Let's see what the fuck going on with this U.S. Supreme Court. This is heavy, and I know why. And then we also got a laundry facility in Williamsburg and more. So they're trying to cleanse something. Laundry facility. They're trying to cleanse something that's dirty there, okay? I'll take all that. So this is for the U.S. Supreme Court. It's time to think outside the box, beloveds. Damn. Okay. So you got the Emperor that's coming out reversed. This is all energy here, okay? So this is abused, authoritative power and figure, a possessive partner, overreach of power from a father figure here. It makes you feel powerless, avoid tasks, weak ruler, lack of self-control, system is crumbling here. A person, typically a man, who wants control over your actions, and then you have death reverse that came out. You are a strong resistance to change here, all right? They want you to die and you can't. They know that you can't die, but they're still trying to figure out different ways to fucking unalive your ass type shit over and over and over and over and over again type shit. You know what I'm saying? But you put them in a mental prison here, okay? They're hanging on to a stagnant relationship, and they're depending on them relationships here. They're trying to avoid negative patterns, but they won't let go here. There's no growth due to lack of trust. Self-esteem issues, change in the career is a must, but their finances is unavoidable here. And look at you. Ain't this beautiful? Look at you. And this is the whole fucking story of tarot. The beautiful fool. Look at you. Look at us. Ain't no you. Fuck that. Look at us. Right? We are the symbol of innocence here. We're beginning. We are the beginning of a new journey here. We're approaching each day with adventure, freedom, and optimism. Whether it's about business, finance, love, spirituality, whatever it's about, we're approaching that day with adventure, optimism, right? Wisdom here. Anything could happen, right? Simple life of no worries here, okay? Many opportunities are waiting to be explored. If you like what you're hearing, please subscribe or don't. It definitely helps the algorithm. King of Wands reversed is here. All right? Anything could happen. Look at what the fuck you did, beautiful beloved. You pulled out this arrogant and aggressive. You showing the light. Right? In this U.S. Supreme Court, they have arrogant and aggressive. They were arrogant and aggressive in pursuit of their goals. They were not humble. They were pushy and overbearing. The assistance was not recommended. There was no restraint. Rash and impulsive decisions were there. So they were serving only their purpose. Selfish and ruthless. Their intentions are malice to make others submissive. And look at you in the Queen of Cups. Right? Queen of Cups energy. Empathetic, right? Emotional wisdom. Intuition, emotional nurturing. Compassionate, self-care, emotional fulfillment, security, devotion, loyalty. You focus on your own emotions here. And then you got the Hermit reverse that's closing out this U.S. Supreme Court story here with tarot. Seclusion is harmful to yourself and others at this time. You're in a mental prison. Not you, collective, but it's revolved around whatever's going on. These 8 judges and this top one here, this Chief Justice. This is romantic retreat. Outcasted at work, confirmation. The path is filled with great danger. They're consumed by abyss and madness. Unconscious is filled with images that are not understood. This is materialistic here. They have to learn to balance the need for truth here. And this is also card number 9 in the tarot. Woo. All right, so now we're going to pull on the oracle deck and we're going to do it column by column. As always, let me show you what I got. Column. All right, so when we do column 1, we're going to be working on the Schumann Resonance, the Laundry Facility in Williamsburg, and more. The Purple Undines, part of the 7 Souls, came out, and then Power Hunger, as well as the 13 Daily Sins came out. That's column 1. Then we'll move to column 2, right? Remember what the turkey said. I force you to connect to the spirit of the land. We had Baptist, Aztec Mayan, and then we have Return to Sender, ASAP. In column number 3, we went to Virginia Attorney General. We broadened that message. We then had Japanese and Asian, Korean, Chinese, Indian. We also had U.S. Supreme Court. We broadened that message. In column number 4, we had your senator here, okay? We broadened that message. Then the cat, and then the Elias Archon. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Column 1, right? We are having this the heartbeat of Mother Earth. The Schumann resonance is here, right? trying to give us some information about this laundry facility in Williamsburg. Something's trying to be cleansed. Something that's dirty is trying to be cleansed. Maybe something that's in Williamsburg and more. Okay, they had perseverance here. Okay, they was taking notes and achieved at the end of the ball. They were power hunger, and it's about 13 daily sins. Ashe. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Oh, this one too. All right, so we got the power of Congress coming out. This is heavy. Power of Congress over money. A phone message from somebody's father or a family member here, okay? So you got the power of Congress. Constitution grants Congress the power to determine the distribution of federal court systems and between federal and state courts. Then you got over money, inheritance here, okay? Abundance, winning luck, increase, especially if the Wheel of Fortune card is pulled. It didn't come out here, so they got a decrease here, okay? Their world was reversed here. This is giving them a chance to build confidence, their values, success, and prosperity, and with whatever they have reaching. And something about a phone message. Something about a phone message here from somebody's father or a family member. Give me some more on this column 1. Let's thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Let's broaden the message a little more here. Thank you, as always. Give us some more information. Make it concise and clear as we think outside the box. Thank you, Divine. I saw that. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so we got Uranus is unexpected change, doing things unplanned. So something is expected to change here unexpectedly. Something is unplanned here, okay? You're never ever misaligned ever again. Something don't like being told what to do. Ain't that about a bitch? They talking about I don't like being told what to do. I don't give a fuck. Welcome to the frequency, bitch. Something about Sunday at 8:59 p.m. This comes out a lot. And the security clearance here. That comes out a lot. Give me a little bit more on this column 1. You got some names. God damn you. All right, we got 6 names that are coming out. Darren, Denise, Dion, Young, Lopez, Perez. All right, we got We're Free. That's coming from All Souls from the Ancient Tombs. They're saying we're free. I know that's right. Round the clock gang stalking has stopped. A karmic seer. Right? Unable to visualize and interpret divine relations. They have no connection with the divine here. They're only able to see illusions, chaos, and confusion. That's a failed mission. Their eyes blocked off. Excuse me. The wolf is saying, I give you intelligence and sharp instincts to control socialism here. It's time to think outside the box. Whatever going on in your situation, column 2. So we're working on the turkey, the Baptist, the Aztec Mayan, and return to sender ASAP, divine and spirit. All right. Concise and clear messages here. We need to gather all the information as we continue to think outside the box. Column 2. Ashe. Ashe. All right, here we go, y'all. So remember, the turkey is forcing you to connect to the spirit of the land there. The turkey is forcing you to connect to the spirit of the land. Tables have turned. Tables have turned, beloved. We got some names coming out here. Patrice, Jennifer, Linda, Dickens, Belle, Patricia. Something about some identity theft here. Okay? Return to sender ASAP. Scammers steal information from unsecured and secured sites online It affects your business, your personal records at work. You can get it through a business, personal records at work, personal information in your home. Inside sources will sell you information. They going through the trash of your home or place of work and public trash dumps here. Okay, roar, Leos everywhere. The Leos are rising with you. Whatever's going on in your situation, the Leos are rising like the rising sun with you. They are of death and illusions here. Whatever's going on with this situation, they are of death and illusions. All right. Winter is cold. Days are dark. Life has died. No more. Ancient civilizations created slavery. So remember, this is under the column with your Aztec Mayans and your Baptists here. We got the years 2005, 2006, and 1982. Flip the numbers. Intense emotional wisdom here. They want you to know that movie sets are cursed. It's time to think outside the box and connect your own dots. They were finishing projects using the disseminating moon here, moon magic here, okay? All birthrights have been given back, all dues are paid. The dragonfly with the final message for column 2. The dragonfly is saying, illusions are near, so follow me through this realm of emotions and deceit to connect with nature's spirits and fairy realms. You deserve true joy, beloved. It's time for change and transformation, and I'm your guide. Be on the lookout. You got a dragonfly coming for you, baby. All right, we're moving on to column number 3. Column number 3 was very heavy as well. We had the Virginia Attorney General. We have Asian, whether it's Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Indian. What this is telling me is the U.S. Supreme Court, the Virginia Attorney General, those that work inside of it, not all of them, the majority of them have been going to these gods and sacrificing for whatever was in this storyline here, because this fell directly in the middle of that message here. Okay, and remember, that was the god of luck and fortune, the god of sea storm, the goddess of rising sun, the god of destructive fire, the god of good luck and wealth, the god of war and fortune, the deity of fertility and foxes, and the god of moon. I choose not to name them. My name is Demika. The fuck? I bet you they know that motherfucker name. All right, column number 3. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you to you all. Much love to y'all, for real. All right, let's get into it. Ashe. All right, so what's going on with this? We already know a little bit as to what's going on with this Virginia Attorney General. I got 2 cards that flipped out in a whole stack. Ooh, this is heavy, y'all. This is juicy. Get ready, motherfucker. You got your tea? I got mine. Wait till you... And I ain't clocking shit. They lied about terminating the program. They renamed it in 1995. The UAP program, Stargate program, don't matter. Whatever one of them programs, they be renaming it. We got this following address that keeps coming out. 4427 Rosemount Avenue, Alexandria, Virginia, 22301. It could be the numbers. It could be the name in the address. It could be Alexandria. It could be Virginia. It could be telling you something. I know for sure they talking about some sex cults though. Right? Abuse, sacrifice, kids, rampant behavior, violent. Funny thing is, this not funny. And I'm praying for all. Damn. Damn. You got the Orion Wars. This has been happening since the Orion Wars. Okay? A series of cosmic conflicts involving various alien species, particularly between the Lyrians and the Draco reptilians. Orion constellation to territorial disputes, ideological differences between humanoids and reptilian races, good, evil, dark, light. Lyrians adhere to the law of one, Draco reptilians followed a service to self ideology there. We got sorority murders coming up here. I don't know how to draw, but I know how to write. Sorority murders are coming up here. Somebody was secretly obsessed. Something or someone is secretly obsessed. This is spiritual obsession here, okay? Interference of a subjugated spirit with a weaker spirit. Spirit of negative, evil, deceased influence. Make sure you stick around for the prayer and closing out the portals at the end. Somebody's ex-husband was gay and his mom sexually abused him. Okay, and we got a blue jay that's going to close out this column 3 here. The blue jay represents power of awareness is needed to combat selfish tendencies. Adapt and adapt and initiate your positive support systems here, okay? The blue jay is saying an arrogant trickster spirit is near. I grant you intuition, spiritual aspirations, strength of character, loyalty, and the ability to defend here, okay? At the end of the transmission, at the end of the message, I'm going to read the comments. At the end of every message, I pray and I close out the portals. If you decide that you ever want to leave out of anyone's channel, it's best that you say your own prayer to close out whatever you've ingested. I don't give a damn if it's food, drugs, sex, tarot, whatever your thing is, close it out. If you're not sticking around for that person to pray and close it out with you, make sure you close it out yourselves. All right, so that was for shit. What was this for, y'all? Virginia Attorney General and the U.S. Supreme Court and the Japanese and the Asians. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to column 4, right? Column 4. Your senator, your cat, and your archon here. Okay. Elias. Okay. Fifth represents 5th and 6th heavens. Mercury, jealousy, Elohim, forethought here, okay? Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. We're almost through with it. We're going to go ahead and finish with this column 4, then move on to the comments. But this was absolutely fun. I am sweating everywhere. So a lot of energies has come in and out for sure. A lot of information. We are aware that we need to think outside the box here. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe or don't. Whoop. Wait a minute. That was about to be like too many. All right. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Spirit. What you want us to know here? This senator. We pulled out a lot on that senator earlier. Damn. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got, beloveds. Okay. We got more deities and gods and goddesses coming out. All right. So, Manta Ray Bay might be relevant. The goddess with miraculous ties swims alongside majestic creatures here. Spiritual connection with mesmerizing marine life. The mermaids and the sirens are coming out here, and the marine spirits. Artists have incorporated Hawaiian deities into their world, portraying their power and beauty through various mediums. So you got henna that's coming out here, confirming the sacrificing. They were shape-shifting in the daylight, and they like, I'm impressed, now what? This place is an absolute death trap, somebody's saying. All this revolves around some fucking drugs. Drugs, psychedelic, ego dissolution, spiritual, reveals the mind, look, the hallucination shit, tools, hallucinogenic, fuck y'all, hallucinogenic tools to achieve transcendental experiences and higher self. All right, enlightenment and illusions, reveals the mind, addiction, physical manifestation of a deeper spiritual crisis or disconnection here, okay? So it can have several meanings to drugs. Olivia, Charlotte, Elizabeth, William, Billy, and Ellie, 1960, 1959, 1913. We got a widow. We got a widow here, right? They were betting against all odds and they're losing. All right, the widow, very lonely, a woman in sorrow, a situation that caused pain, could represent menopause. It could represent a woman without a partner, fear of separation, overwhelm, isolation, feelings of abandonment here, right? They're betting against all odds and losing. Somebody family not involved. The U.S. Marshals is here. Didn't these motherfuckers already come out? Didn't we already pull on they came out again. Somebody going to jail. Am I tripping? Didn't we already pull on I tell you what, I be doubling up on motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. Somebody going to fuck to jail. The Marshals, federal enforcement officer within the U.S. Marshal Service, first and most versatile federal law enforcement agency. They have 94 districts. It could be federal prisoner. Somebody about to be a federal prisoner. They started in 1789 to protect federal law enforcement, to protect federal judiciary, witness security program. Somebody might have to go into a witness protection program or some shit. Damn. Give me some more on that. That was juicy. Give me a little bit more. On this Senator Cat and this damn archon down here. Motherfucker's crazy, bruh. This is okay. We'll take this and then we're going to go ahead and read the comments and close it on out. So we got a gem that's coming out. A gem is offering you what? A gem is saying, I am a cut and polished crystal, rock, or a mineral. A cut diamond is a mineral crystal or a rock. It can also be considered a gem or a gemstone, depending on how you look at a diamond. Now they're saying that amber and pearls are organic substances that are considered gemstones, but they are not crystals, minerals, or rocks here. So if you notice how they always wear the pearls and they always forcing people to buy them fake ass diamonds, they talking about jealousy. Jealousy is a false power and it's a bitch. Remember, the god of what? Jealousy. Somebody going to jail, bruh. It's a judge in the mix. They are on the way. Damn. This is going to invoke a conversation, a final verdict, decisions by those in authority. You're weighing the pros and cons. You're being put through a test. You're seeking acceptance to move forward, but motherfucker, the judge is going to go, dum dum. Don't let me in, I beg. Temptation was begging your ass not to let you in. Don't let it in. Temptation said, I beg you, don't let me in. It's time to be assertive, okay? Communicate, express your feelings here, okay? That will create positive incomes. Express your feelings clearly. There's a middle ground between passive and aggressive. It can promote great health here, okay? All right, so now that we've gotten through this, let's go through the comments here, and then we're going to close out these beautiful babies, these portals. Hopefully y'all had a good ride during this one here. Make sure you subscribe. It helps the algorithm. But if not, it's all good. All right, we got a good amount of comments here. Mosby Ghost said, you've been warned. 72 hours, baby. Brawly Enough said, funny as hell. They tried it. Jacqueline Johnson -06K said hi. Concept Original said hi. Sapita Thomas said hi. Michelle Smith said, good morning. First time watching it live. Hey, Michelle, hopefully you stuck around, baby. I ain't scared you away, my love, did I? We got Myra -Z5G. I'm just very direct. Said, greetings. Luis said hi. Luis 7343 said hi. Shalita Brown said good morning. Shirley Smith 8410 said hi. Lee Pat -P9V. Yup, look at us. Salute. All right, salute to that. 483 Blossom said hi. Laverne Cochran, hello, my lady. Hello back at you. Laverne also said hi. 483 Blossom said hi again. Ronald Murphy put up the 2 highs. Chunking up the deuces. Ronald, what up? Dion Pruitt, all diamond. That's what's up, beloved. Sapita said you're amazing. I'll be back. That's what's up. I hope so. We genuinely appreciate that. When I say we, I mean the energies, divine and spirit that are around me. All right, we got Jacqueline Gibson that said good morning, my first time, and Sapita said my first time. Blessings to you. All right, now let's go ahead and pray and close out these doggone portals here. I rebuke all spells, rituals, and castings that are not of the highest frequencies of source love consciousness that may have been projected my way on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. Anything and everything that I am connected to spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and ethereally, they are all protected. All is transmuted into whatever was sent to me, and then is sent back to its source because I'm already sovereign and free. Any agreements and contracts that I may have agreed to that I was already, while I was already being on lower paradigms of existence of consciousness, they are all cut, they are all ended on all timelines, planes, and dimensions, consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, knowingly and unknowingly. I am sovereign. You are sovereign. We are sovereign. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. All right, y'all. Make sure you say your prayers in increments of 3, 6, or 9, or that prayer in increments of 3, 6, or 9 in order to make your manifestation, your dream, or your vision come alive. Hey, much peace, much light, much love, but especially that motherfucking darkness. And y'all already know. I love y'all. Peace.